Hey, Shalom Akim. All praise, glory, and honor go unto the Most High Power Yahweh in the name of His beloved Son Yahweh Shai. Double honors unto the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone that do rule exceptionally well, and also Shalom, salutations, mercy, and blessings to all you sincere brothers out there pushing this word with truth and with faith. My name is Thabo Mouth of Great Millstone Northwest, and I put this little lesson together where actually I just pretty much got a topic. Just something that I've been dwelling upon this morning since I woke up is that, as these times do indeed get more fierce, get more hectic, we as men of the Lord have to indeed present ourselves just like that as men of the Lord, man, without fear and without care for this life, because that's one thing that is evident is the more closer we get to our salvation, the more we have to just give less of a damn about this place, man. And I know brothers spirits and brothers intentions, or that you don't have any cares in this world, but you actually really got to look deep inside, because there might be something that you actually care about in this world that you're gonna have to get over that hump. If that is a thing that you have, you might be worried about certain things, certain little situations might stress you out. But honestly and truthfully, we know that this place is going to go. We know that this place, that nothing on this side is going to make it, other than the spirits of the elect. So, even the bodies that we currently have, we're going to shed these off and gain new bodies according to the scriptures. So there really shouldn't be too much in this world that should be able to hold you back, man. All right. So let's jump into a couple of scriptures that's gonna kind of help support what I just said. And the first one I'm gonna bring out is all-time favorite and an all-time classic that brothers have been bringing out for years and years. Since you first heard it, it's a scripture that's always gonna stick with you. So this is Job, the 38th chapter. All right, Job 38:3. Okay. Gird up now thy loins like a man, for I will demand of thee, and answer thou me. Okay? And this was the Most High was saying unto Job, telling Job to pretty much, hey, get your chin up, man. Instead of being down in the dumps. Say you fuck up, say you do something that get you in hot water, or say you supposed to do something and you didn't. You know what I mean? Or any number of examples, something that gets you kind of down and out, feeling low in the spirit. Guess what? The Most High is still sitting there like, hey, gird up your loins like a man. All right, because He demands that of us. He demands men. It tells you in the scriptures that the Most High's flock is with men. All right, like real men. We can't be the soft, sensitive men that are Americans. That American vibration, that's not supposed to be within our members here in this truth, man. We got to present ourselves as actual men, as hey, if you don't like it, you don't like it. That's how we present ourselves out there. That's why we go out on the streets and we be bold as lions. It's because we are presenting ourselves as men. That's why we let our beard grow without fucking getting it lined up. That's why we let our hair grow without getting a line up. That's why we present ourselves as men. If people don't like our speech, hey, that's too bad. We can soften it up, and sometimes it may be even more beneficial to soften it up. But at the end of the day, it's all about the Most High Power, Yahweh Bashim Yahshai. It's about pushing this word, and searching for the elect. That's what it's about. It's about growing in this truth. It's about growing in the spirit. It's not about any of the nonsense that is being presented a lot right now. There's a lot of wayward shit being produced and being spread out right now that has nothing to do with salvation, that is completely contrary to the scriptures, and we're not supposed to take part of that. We're supposed to always present ourselves as actual men, more specifically as men of the Lord. Okay, let's go to the Apocrypha real quick, because there's a part in Second Ezra that I want to read that kind of helps illustrate this point, man. This is Second Ezra from the 14th chapter. All right, we'll start at, I'll start at 1. I'll scroll down to where I want it, because I don't remember exactly. I'll start here at 7, actually. All right, so 2nd Ezra chapter 14, verse 7. Now, Salakia, and now I say unto thee, that thou layest up in thy heart the signs that I have showed, and the dreams that thou hast seen, and the interpretations which thou hast heard. Okay, now speaking today, this is the Most High speaking to Esdras. Okay, but now speaking today, we have seen signs. All right, there's things in our mind about the signs that have been showed. There's dreams that have been seen, and there's interpretations that we have heard and now know. All right, so this applies to us as well in this very day. Okay, it says, for thou shalt be taken away from all, and from henceforth thou shalt remain with my son, and which is Yahushua, by the way, and with such as be like thee, until the times be ended. All right, so this is Most High speaking to Ezra directly, but isn't that what we are hoping for? Isn't that why we're doing everything that we're doing right now, this work? Isn't that why we're laboring? All right, isn't that why we're making sure our election, our call for election is sure? You know, seeking the Most High diligently. Isn't that the whole reason for all of this? Is so that way we can actually take part in that, to be able to remain with Yahushua, and that such that be the like. All right, and such that be the like for when those times is ended, because we can see the times is ending. We can see that clearly, man. That's crystal clear. You know. That's as clear as air, is that the times is ending, that this current world, this current structure is on a plummet downward, man. That it is circling the drain, that it is on its way out the door. We can see that, man. You know? So with that, we got to be still presenting ourselves as men, not lackadaisical, still on fire the exact same way that you were when you very first heard about this truth, when you very first learned about the camps, when you very first started to pursue to be able to join the great millstone. You got to be in that exact same fire, man. The Most High, the most, you know, with season, you know, you got to trim your lamp, of course, but that doesn't mean let your fire go cold, you know. You gotta still be presenting yourself as a man, and more specifically a man of the Lord. All right, let's read verse 10. It says, for the world has lost his youth, the times begin to wax old. And we're in those times where the world is old, man. The world has lost its youth, man. This world is terrible at this moment, man. With this Edomite in power, as long as he has been in power, he has clearly turned everything upside down. He has clearly poisoned the mind of the people, you know. It says, for the world is divided into 12 parts, and that's speaking about the 12 tribes of Israel being divided. And 10 parts of it is gone already, because the 10 tribes, the northern kingdom, was taken away to from the southern kingdom. It says 10 parts are gone already, and the half of the 10th part, and there remaineth that which after the half of the 10th part. You know, you had Benjamin, Levi, and Judah that remained, and the other 10 parts came over here to the Americas. This is speaking about our history, which we should be brushed up upon. We should already know this at this point in the game. And if you're just now learning, there are plenty of videos where that's broken down that you can go and find. That's gonna break it down to a T about what that part's talking about. It is indeed speaking about the 12 tribes of Israel and how they were divided. All right, reading on verse. I'm not going to get into it deeply right now, because it's not a part of the main topic that I'm speaking on right now. So reading on to verse 13, it says, now therefore set thine house in order. And this is the Lord speaking to Ezra. But like I said earlier, that this can also be applied onto us at this very time. These are wise words onto us at this very time. Now therefore set thine house in order. Okay, we have to have our house in order, man. Everything has to be done decently and in order, as the scriptures has said, man. All right. It says, and reprove thy people. And that's what we do. That's why we go out on the streets, so we can reprove our people. Comfort such of them that be in trouble. We're out there to do that as well. And now renounce corruption. Okay? And that's why we're out there on the streets, man. All right? That's the exact reason we're out there on the streets, to reprove our people, the nation of Israel, the so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, to comfort such of them that be in trouble. If they come with questions, we'll gladly answer any question that they have. And if they got their ears to hear, they will be comforted. All right? Because the scriptures are indeed the comforter, man. All right? It says, and now renounce corruption. And that's supposed to be our mission statement from the moment we find out that we're Israelites, is to start to renounce corruption, to get corruption away from us, man. To be far from that. Why? Because we want to be pure in the sight of the Lord. That way we can receive the deliverance that is going to come when America is destroyed by the thermonuclear destruction. All right? This verse 14 is heavy. It says, let go from thee mortal thoughts. Cast away the burdens of men. Put off now the weak nature. Okay? Let go of thee the mortal thoughts, cast away the burdens of men, or of man, and put off now the weak nature. And that's something that we all got to work on and continually to do day by day. All right, because there's shit in this life, man. Esau has made this a fucking stressful life. And there's things that will start to plague your mind, things of this world, such as bills, such as all the payments and the taxes that are going about, you know, your check being short, or, you know, having to go to work, car problems, woman problems, whatever. This is what the scripture says, all right? And remember, we started off saying to gird up yourself like a man in Job, the 38th chapter. So it says, let go from thee mortal thoughts, man. Anything obtaining to this world, being your job, your money situation, your car situation, your housing situation, whatever it is, that's a mortal thought, man. Cast away the burdens of men. All that is just burdens according to man. Because guess what? If you was in the spirit world, you wouldn't have to worry about that. If you was in the spirit world, you wouldn't be focused on if your car's going to catch a flat tire, or the engine's going to go out, or something like that, man. The fact that you need to get an oil change, or, you know, whatever, you know. You wouldn't be worried about the fact that you got to pay rent again in another couple of weeks, but you really don't got the money for it. You wouldn't be worried about that type of stuff, man. That's burdens of men. What are we supposed to be focused on? These scriptures, man. It tells us that wisdom, knowledge shall be the stability of thy times, man. That's written in Isaiah, the 33rd chapter, the 6th verse. That wisdom and knowledge is going to be the stability of our times, all right? So as times get worse, hey, things like rent is going to become obsolete soon enough, man. When that dollar drops and don't nobody have any money, you think people are going to be worried about paying rent? Nah, man, it's going to be a fight for survival, man. With nuclear missiles raining down on this place, you think people are going to be worried about their car not being able to make it 15 miles down the road? Nah, man, that's going to be far from you, man. But you know what is going to be important? Having these scriptures within your person, you know, within your spirit, having these scriptures, living according to these scriptures, man. Because we know that the Most High will protect us. The Most High will protect those that believe in Him. And if you believe in the Most High, you're going to be doing the things according to the scriptures, which is, like we just read in verse 13, getting out your house in order, starting with your body first, and then, you know, with the brothers and the members that are around you. All right? That's all your house. And you got to have that in order. Reproving the people as we do on the streets, comforting them such that be in trouble. You know, and renouncing corruption. All right. Verse 15, it says, and set aside the thoughts that are most heavy unto thee. And that's what, isn't that what I was just speaking about with people having problems with rent, or with this or that, you know, all these different little situations of work issues, man, having to find a new job, or getting sick of your current job, or, you know, having your boss breathing down your neck, or whatever the case may be. Those are thoughts that will be heavy onto you. But what does it say? It says, set aside those things and haste thee to flee from these times, man. You got to haste to be able to flee from these times. We got to get the fuck out of America, man. We have to get the fuck out of America. And I'm not talking about literally going and buying a plane ticket, or a boat ticket, or a train ticket to be able to leave Babylon. I mean, we got to hasten the day for the Lord to return to deliver us out of this place, man. We got to hasten that day, man. You know? And it is beautiful and it's comforting to know that the scriptures say, behold, I come quickly, man. And that the day comes as a thief in the night. It's comforting to know those things because we know that our salvation is just that much nearer, man. And as it's written, it's nearer than when we believed, man. All right. It says, verse 16, for yet greater evils than than those which thou hast seen happen shall be done hereafter, man. And that's a true ass statement right there. That's a true scripture that applies at this very moment. That there are greater evils that are going to happen than what we already see. And we see evils have completely overtaken the earth, man. You can't walk down the street in any metropolitan area without seeing a homosexual or a transvestite or, you know, transgender, whatever they call them nowadays. You know, you can't walk down the street without seeing that, man. You can't look at a television set on any station you choose the station without seeing something that is extremely wicked and against the scriptures, man. You just can't, because that's the place that we live in. Well, you can't go into a restaurant and order something without fucking having to worry on if there's just something polluted and against our dietary laws in that dish. You know, that's how twisted and evil this world is, man. But guess what? Greater evils are coming, because it's about to get real physical on Esau slaying Jake, these nations being against Jake. All right. The military aspect of war and with the things going on with these other countries, man. You about to see bodies in the street laying there, man. Dead bodies in the street, man. You know? It's about to be gruesome and evil times coming about this place, man. Verse 17 says, for look how much the world shall be weaker through age. And right now we are at the earth is at a very weak spot. Not only the earth itself, but Israel as a world is also in a very weak spot. The weakest that it's ever been at, man. For both of those, for the earth itself and also the world of Israel, it is at the weakest state it's ever been in history. Since both came into being, to being a thing, you know. Since both was created, it is in the weakest state that it's ever been in, man. The world is utterly polluted, and also the nation of Israel is utterly polluted at this moment, man. But through the power of the Most High, we have men that are waking up. We have men that are turning back onto Him, you know. And that's all through the power of Yahweh Bashim Yahushai. All right. It says, so much the more shall evils increase upon them that dwell therein. And that's, like I said, that's what we see going on at this very moment, man. Evils being increased on them that dwell therein, man. Both in the world of Israel and the earth itself, man. For the time is fled far away, and leasing is hard at hand. For now hasten the vision to come, which thou hast seen. All right, and that vision was seeing this place go down, man. Seeing these hard times come upon the nation of Israel, and then also upon this earth, man. The things that are prophesied to come, that we go out in the street and tell the people that are coming, that are on their way, man. All right. But we, even us knowing that this shit's about to get rough and this shit's about to get tough, knowing that, we still got to hold ourselves as men. We got to gird up ourselves as men and go out there and do our thing, man. It's not time to get cold feet. All right. It's time to burn even hotter and brighter for Yahweh Shimon Shai, man. All right. And that's proven even in this scripture that I'm about to pull right now, which is Deuteronomy, the 31st chapter. I believe it was around 5 or 6. Let's start at 5. And it's actually verse 6. So Deuteronomy chapter 31 verse 6, it says, be strong and of a good courage. And this was Yahweh, the Most High Power Yahweh was speaking to Joshua. All right, when Joshua was to lead the nation of Israel into the promised land. All right, it says, this is Deuteronomy chapter 31 verse 6, be strong and of a good courage, fear not, nor be afraid of them, for the Lord thy power, he it is that doeth go with thee. He will not fail thee nor forsake thee. And this is something that you got to have in your mind at all times, man. As it's written, the Most High didn't give us a spirit of fear. Matter of fact, let me grab that real quick. Let me grab that. That's 2 Timothy's. Salakia real quick as I grab it. It's 2 Timothy's chapter, the first chapter. 17. All right, 2 Timothy 1 and 17. Salakia. 2 Timothy 1 and 7. 1 and 7. Salak. 2 Timothy 1 and 7. For the Most High Power Yahweh have not given us the spirit of fear, but of power and of love and of a sound mind, man. All right. So the Most High didn't give us a spirit of fear, man. We don't have a spirit of fear. So when we're reading it here in Deuteronomy 31 and 6, where he's telling us to be strong and of a good courage, we and fear not. The Most High didn't give us the spirit of fear, man. That spirit of fear or that spirit of doubt. What he gave us was of power, a spirit of power and of a sound mind, man. You know, so be strong and of a good courage going into these hard times that are coming upon us, man. Keep your loins girded up like a man. You know, because the Most High is with us. If the Most High is with us, who can be against us, man? You know. It's written that there's no weapon that is formed against us that can prosper. Like, what really do we have to fear? Everything's going to go according to the Most High Power's plan, man. You know, if the Most High wants you to get took out, there's nothing you can do or anyone else can do to keep that from happening, man. So where is the fear coming from? You know, guys, for guys that get cold feet, guys that turn back to the world, guys that say that this thing isn't real, where's your fear coming from? Because it is indeed fear that's driving you to do that bullshit, man. Your fear should be in the Lord, that the Most High rejects you. That's where your fear should be, all right? It says, fear not, nor be afraid of them, for the Lord thy power, he it is that doeth go with thee. He will not fail thee nor forsake thee, man. Keep that in your mind, and there's no reason why you shouldn't be going out there bold as a lion, telling the devil that he's the devil, telling the nations that they're going into slavery, and telling Jake that they better get right or else they're going to be judged by Yahweh Shem Yahshai. There should be no reason that we're not all out there on the streets telling these things, man. Constantly pushing these things, all right? And keeping these things in your mind. There should be no reason for it, right? We got to be strong. We got to be of a good courage, all right? We got to only have fear in the Lord, but not fear in this world. We got to put this world, let go of those mortal thoughts. And we got to gird up ourselves as men, man. That's exactly what we have to do in order for us to receive that salvation, that glorious salvation, man. All right. So, hey, pretty much that's all I really had. That's I covered the point, and I think the message was received. Lord willing, it was edifying. So again, I want to give all praise, glory, and honor to the Most High Power Yahweh in the name of His beloved Son Yahweh Shai. Double honors unto the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone, and shalom, salutations, mercy, and blessings to all you sincere brothers out there pushing this word with truth and with faith. Until next time, brethren, shalom.